Why do natural disasters happen? Is it really possible to change a future where a natural disaster was meant to happen? Have you ever heard stories about a land called Mu in the Pacific, or the lost continent of Atlantis in the Atlantic? In truth, these are not myths or science fiction. They were real continents that once existed and sank to the bottom of the sea. Modern civilization has never experienced a continent sinking. No wonder it's hard to believe. Yet over the long history of Earth, such dramatic changes were not unusual. How do we usually imagine our planet? A giant rock floating in space. Magma flows deep underground. Oceans cover much of the surface. These images describe the physical side of Earth. However, such descriptions touch only the surface of the Earth. They do not speak to its true essence. It may sound surprising, but Earth is more than just a planet. It holds within it a vast spiritual energy known as the Earth Divine Spirits. Just as our bodies are home to our invisible souls, Earth, too, has a spirit dwelling within it. The Earth that we see around us is the physical body of the Earth Divine Spirits. We are living on its body, much like sitting on what seems like a rock, only to realize it's the back of a great elephant. Over an extended period, the land and sea on Earth have undergone significant changes. If we could watch Earth's history like a time-lapse video, we could clearly see continents shifting, rising, and sinking. But no one has seen this with their own eyes. When a continent sinks, its civilization disappears, completely beneath the sea, with no written records left behind. Memories fade into legend and are often forgotten. Why would such a terrible thing as a continent sinking ever happen? These events reflect the will of the Earth Divine Spirits. Across nearly 10 millennia of human history, people worked hard to improve their lives, develop tools and technologies, built vibrant relationships, and brought forth rich cultures and civilizations. Surely, countless people lived each day with dreams and hopes, full of life and spirit. If the land is lost, all those lives, dreams, and hopes vanish in an instant. Even when such tragedies occur, do the Earth Divine Spirits feel nothing? Are they truly beings without even a trace of compassion? That cannot be. They surely feel deep sorrow, perhaps far more than we can imagine. Even so, there are times when specific actions must be taken, no matter how painful. A growing civilization is like a school trip. It brings joy, learning, and shared experience. Yet along the way, it also creates waste, such as leftover food and trash. Someone must clean it up. People and civilizations also produce a kind of spiritual waste. Negative thoughts, also known as thought forms. Natural disasters arise as a way to clear away these harmful thought forms. We don't usually notice it, but the Earth Divine Spirits are highly sensitive to human thought forms, especially those that cause them harm. Negative thought forms are filled with dense, heavy energy, like conflict, resentment, jealousy, and hatred. In contrast, positive thought forms arise from compassion and the spirit of sharing. When people live with such uplifting thoughts, the Earth Divine Spirits can dwell in comfort and peace. Each person's thought form may seem small, yet together, they form a great energy field that surrounds the planet. When that energy turns dark, it becomes heavy and harmful. Throughout history, as civilizations advanced, this pattern often repeated itself. The areas hurt by negative thought forms become like diseased parts of a body. Eventually, they may need to be removed, much like surgery. That is when great disasters, even the sinking of continents, can occur. Until now, we've known little about these things. But the time has come when such hidden truths are beginning to be revealed. Today, more people are paying attention to environmental issues. Discussions around climate change, sustainability, and eco-friendly living are growing. Still, How many truly sense that Earth is a living being, a sacred presence with a spirit of its own? If everything that has allowed us to live, the shelter, the food, the very breath of life, has come through the will of the Earth Divine Spirits, then we should show greater gratitude to the Earth Divine Spirits and begin to think more seriously about how we care for our planet.